All right, welcome to our signature segment, See the Stories on the 3-Hour News Show. Drinking tea on Sunday may help refresh our mind to prepare the hectic Monday. Krizia, how many times do you drink tea in a week or in a day?
In a day.
How much tea do you drink in a day?
I don't drink tea every day. I just drink it whenever I feel like I need that boost or when I need to relax, then I drink it. I don't drink it every day.
Ah.
I'm a water drinker.
You're a water drinker.
Yes,
water
I am.
Drinker. All right. I like tea. I like water. I like all kinds of hydrating liquid.
Right.
Right. And to talk more about Indonesian tea products, joining us in the studio is Astuti Dila Wulandari, the co-founder of House of Tea and owner of Candu Drink. Hello, Wulan.
Hello, thank you so much.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. She's very young, by the way. And
Yeah.
usually, the ones who like tea are quite old
Yeah.
people. But
Surprisingly. Yeah.
You know what? That's very true. You know, when I was, I guess when I was in elementary school, I loved tea so much. I actually like tea, and my mom said,
What kind of tea, by the way? Iced tea, I like it since I was little, but maybe
I always like hot tea. I don't know why.
hot chamomile tea.
No, it was just
Peppermint.
any tea. Actually, you know what my mom said?
What?
You're like, how old are you? You're like a grandpa. You're drinking all these tea. You're like eyang, right?
Yes.
And then you know what else she did? We passed through Puncak in West Java. You know what she said?
What?
You know, there's all these tea plantation. Do you want us to drop you off here? You want to live here? You want to stay overnight here because you love tea so much? And from then on, I was a bit traumatized, and I kind of cut down or not let my parents know I was drinking tea, but secretly
Who are you?
I was still drinking.
That's good for
Enough
you.
about me.
Tell
Enough
us.
about me.
Okay.
Tell us about your background, maybe your childhood. How did you fall in love with tea in the first place?
Actually, I grew up in Jakarta, but actually tea is my family business. So I'm the third generation on this industry. Yeah, so my grandparents have a tea plantation at Purwakarta. And then my father continued the business, and at 2009, he started to make artisan tea. So back then, before we make a mass product, black tea, but it stopped at 1999, I think. And then we're starting to make artisan tea, which is a premium tea. Yeah.
That explains why. It runs in the family. So I think she's been exposed by tea since a very young age.
Yes. So it's interesting you mentioned about artisan tea.
Yes.
Indonesia, especially West Java, is not probably, is it known for artisan tea? Because, okay, this is what I know, right? There's Central Java tea and there's West Java tea.
Yeah.
Central Java tea, usually they mix it with
Jasmine?
Jasmine, yes. There's regular jasmine and there's also mountain jasmine.
Special jasmine.
Supposedly different, right? I mean, I'm not a tea guy, but I kind of know this. Now, West Java tea, according to the Central Java people, it's not was little, right? It's not fragrant. It's not
There's thick and then
thick, right?
a little bit bitter also.
A little bit bitter, and the color is lighter, right? So what you're doing with the artisan tea is trying to break that myth.
Yeah, that's right. But we say that kind of tea also a part of our culture. So we didn't stop that. We didn't deny that kind of tea, but we are trying to explain more, educate more that artisan teas that we drink it without sugar is more healthier. Because artisan tea actually have a lot of taste, had a different kind of aroma also, and the characteristic actually really specific. Like in the West Java and Central Java have really different characteristic.
And in order to taste that characteristic, it's best to consume it without sugar.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, now tell us more about the tea plantation that your family is running right now. Where is it located? And tell us more about it.
Actually, the tea plantation is right now not producing teas, but we are focusing on collaborating with a local farmer, which is the small farmer. There is in the West Java, Central Java, and also West Sumatra. And then we collect them, and we trying to support them and mentoring them to produce artisan tea itself. So every city has their own specialty. Yeah.
Because
Specialty.
Specialty
Like that?
tea.
yeah, I love it. So because a different soil will produce a different taste or aroma, right?
Yes.
Tell us more about it, please. Because I only learned about coffee, but what about in tea? Is it the same?
Okay. So actually, in this there is a lot of variation from the white tea, green tea. Also, there is yellow tea, if you have heard, and also there is a black tea, the regular tea. But in House of Tea, our black tea has honey aftertaste.
Really?
Yes, because the how we produce is different than the mass product. So actually, our produce by hand pick. So we hand pick the buds, and we didn't use any machine because it's also affecting how the plant will recover.
Oh.
So if you hand pick, the plants will recover about 15 days only, but with the machine, it will need 20 days for recover. The
That's
plant
quite
itself.
significant.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it's also make the price higher when we produce the premium.
And I can imagine if you use machines to pick the leaves, because it also cuts the twigs, yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
And usually, I think, back in the old days, from what I know, during colonial period, the colonial companies, they pick the best part, and they
to
leave
export,
the twigs to the locals. That's
Yeah,
why
that's
it's
right.
not. That's why it's a bit bitter or
Yeah.
less tasty.
Yeah, so that's also the reason why our culture likes the nasgito teas. Yeah. So right now we are trying to educate people to drink premium teas because the benefit also different.
Exactly. Do not
Yeah.
settle for less than the best.
Yeah.
Okay, now for tea dummies like me, for example, I don't know the characteristics of a good quality tea. Could you please enlighten us?
Actually, you can use 5 cents, so you can see it first, the visual. Mostly, premium tea is a whole leaf, so it didn't chop and it didn't crush, but it is a whole leaf.
Okay.
And then if you see the leaf is whole, there is a circled whole leaf or a long firm shape. It just depends on the producer, and you can see it, and then you can crush it.
Yeah.
If you crush it and then you sound crust, and then it's a good tea because tea should be dried enough.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So
and then you
dry it
also
first.
yes.
And then the third one, you can smell it.
Smell it. If it's still good, yeah, you can just brew it.
Okay, I have a basic question. What is the difference between green tea and black tea? Does green tea, when processed further, fermented or something, becomes black tea? Is that how it is, or what?
Actually, in this, in single origin Indonesia, we didn't ferment it, but we oxidize it.
Oxidized.
Yeah, so it is a white tea that zero oxidized, and then green tea also zero oxidized, and the yellow tea semi-oxidized, and then the black tea is full oxidized.
Okay, so what is the difference between white tea and green tea then?
It's only the production only, but it came from one plant.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, it comes from Camellia sinensis.
So how is the production different between the white tea and the green tea?
The processing is different. The green tea needs to be, the white tea is actually only the little buds, the one that not grow yet. So, and also our tea is picked at before the sun is rising, because we want to get the best nutrition in the teas.
So time of pickup is
Also,
important.
yeah.
Very artisan.
Wow.
So impressed. I didn't know that.
Me too.
I didn't know that. All right, so we know the difference now.
Yes.
Can you recite that again?
Okay, the difference between the tea, so white and green tea are zero oxidation,
Yes.
and then yellow tea semi-oxidized, and the black tea is
Full oxidized. Yes.
Splendid.
I'm good,
Splendid. Now
right?
you are. I can
Expert, I
tell
think.
people that you're an expert. You know what? If you need a KOL, a key opinion leader, Krizia is the person to do that. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
And when running this business, of course, you are faced with so many challenges, right? What are there? What are the challenges, and how did you overcome them?
Actually, tea in Indonesian is really common, right?
Right.
For the mass product, but for the artisan and premium teas, it's still a little market.
Yeah.
So we have to try to continue to educate people, and also we are not stop to do any kind of effort. So in our offline store, we serve many kind of tea, from the classic tea, which is hot tea, and then we serve also tea blend, and then we also right now we make mocktails
Oh,
based on teas.
wow.
And also I'm making myself a product. It is canned in a can, so it is a ready to drink teas, but with sparkling.
I like
Did
that.
you bring it with you today?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yes, I
we're
love
gonna
sparkling
try
drinks.
it. Wow. Yeah, it's actually true. You need to educate more
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
because we are used to having the not so good quality tea.
Yes,
So
we're used to the RTDs, yeah, the ready to drink,
Exactly.
mass-produced tea.
yes, and people would think, why pay more when I can just have this for way cheaper price, right?
Yeah.
4,000 rupiah.
Exactly.
Or
So
3,500.
that leads me to the next question, which is how much is one cup of tea at your place?
Actually, it's not that expensive. It is 39,000 for a teapot, and you can refill it for 2 times.
That's all right. That's not even expensive.
Yeah.
We gotta start switching. Drink the premium tea, yo.
Yeah, and we are actually surprised because when we started, we thought that there's a senior people that would be come to our tea place.
Yep.
But surprisingly, younger people is a lot that already concerned about healthy, and then come to our place and then ask how to learn tea in our place.
Because you are the representative of your
actually-
brand, and you're young. You inspire the youngsters
thank
out
you.
there. Well, I certainly cannot wait to learn how to brew the tea
And drink
to
some.
taste it. So we're gonna take a little break, and then we'll continue after the break with the demonstration of tea blending with Wulan right here. Do not go anywhere.